What's up? It's me, Eyes, and today I'm going to be taking you with me as I react to one of my latest videos, Ghost Recon Wildlands Tier 1 gameplay, because I noticed that the most viewed videos on my channel are the ones where I give my opinion. So I would like to thank each and every one of you guys for finding value in the things that I actually say and like the things that I actually care about. It's not an easy thing to find yourself with people that actually listen to what you say and take value in the things that you voice out. For that, I just want to say that I appreciate you guys for commenting on my videos, number one, and reaching out to me and saying that my videos help you, because that gives me so much motivation and it keeps me going. Actually, basically that's what I'm trying to say. Your comments and your feedback, your suggestions, and all your support over the past few years have been amazing. And I know that I'm not I'm trying not to be emotional with you guys here, but I'm just being honest. What I'm trying to say is I know I'm not the biggest YouTuber out there. I know I'm not the fastest growing Ultrawide gaming channel. I'm just a speck of dust in an ocean of very good and very productive and very efficient and entertaining and high quality content creators out there. So I just want to say a very sincere thank you from the bottom of my heart, because you guys giving me this motivation to keep going, to keep dishing out more videos, to continue to be able to do the things that I love to do, to be able to play games on my free time and also share my experiences with you guys, and hearing from you, and actually hearing from you telling me that my videos helped you in a way. There was one comment in the past that really stood out until now. When I uploaded, I think it was my 7 Days to Die video, where I was just laughing out with friends, and then there was one comment that stated that those were the kinds of videos that he really enjoys, going after school, going home, and then watching my videos that just is full on fun and just laugh trip all the way. And then he was like, dude, these types of videos are the ones that I really love, because it releases tension, it relieves my stress from school and anxiety and so on and so forth. So he was like, that video made him happier that evening. Until now, that still holds such meaning for me, and keeps me going with all of this and continue making videos. My goal for this channel is actually to interact with all of you guys, and as much as I can, because you know that I'm actually quite a shy guy. I'm just a shy guy. I'm just shy, because it's not every day that you see me talking to the camera like this. So anyway, so right now I'm just trying to go out of my comfort zone and sit here and talk to you guys. And oh shit, I should do this more often. This feels a little bit weird. It feels like I'm talking to the camera, but I feel like I'm talking to you guys in a way, because I know it's it's really early in the morning right now. It's so cold. My voice is really tired, you can tell. But and yeah, as you can see in my video over here, it's 2:13 a.m. so yeah, I just woke up. I woke up too early, but I have this itch, I just wanted to put out a video and talk to you guys. So anyway, let's go back to the video. I'm sidetracking a lot, I'm so sorry, but if you want me to talk more to you guys like this, yeah, comment down below, and who knows, if you like these types of videos, I might do this more often. So yeah, anyway. Okay, so without further ado, we are going to watch a video together and react and see Let's see what happens. Yeah, so basically in this part of the video, I noticed a lot of people like show their loadouts and what they use in the gameplay, so I decided to show mine also. I'm using the ACR assault rifle and the HT1 sniper rifle and the 5.7 with an extended. So yeah, this was actually an easy kill. Actually, I love the things where you can like see the animations of your over the shoulders actually doing the motions with switching the scopes and stuff. I love that. Yeah, this was killing. Yeah, that was far away. This was actually a good part, and I was actually like going forward. No, I didn't really know what I was going to do there, but I just forwarded and then changed my mind, went back to the objective because I just wanted to get this this gun part. And there's a okay, ads. Yeah, ads. Yeah, gotta love them. Okay, yeah, let's skip. Okay, oh shit. Okay, so going back to the game, yeah, I tried the drone. It was, yeah, thank you. So I decided to go to like find a gap in between the wall here, because in Wildlands there are most usually gaps. So I found a gap here and tried to like, but my head was sticking out, so I had to move. I'm actually quite lucky that he didn't like get alerted when he saw me, so I just waited. In this game mode, you had to be patient. My mistake here, wait, okay, so this was the first mistake that I did. Actually, yeah, because if you noticed, after I killed this guy, I didn't check like anything. Like I was super excited to just go in and do the mission, get the gun part, whatever. So what I did actually is very bad, because like after I killed him, actually I try to make it a habit to do a double tap, because like in case I don't hit the head on the initial, like I try to aim for center mass and then do a micro flick. Like a micro flick is actually like when you try to flick with a mouse, but only a very small adjustment, a quick adjustment to the head. Yeah, so basically I try to do like John Wick, yeah, John Wick, to do style where you shoot, aim for center mass, micro flick up to the head, and then just boom boom. In case the guy decides to like crouch suddenly, you can like have a faster reaction to like aim down and adjust and trace his body and shoot down under if he decides to prone, if he decides to crouch. If you see that he's just standing still, you can just shoot first and then readjust and aim for the head to finish him off in case he's still up. So that's why I tend to do the double tap fast, like do that. Yeah, that sounds cringe. Anyway, yeah, the first thing that I did wrong here is actually jumping in. Like, dude, if you see on this screen, as I was playing, I know that there's a wall to my left. It's not actually like a really good wall, because like watching too much military videos, in military tactics there are two kinds of cover and concealment. Cover actually protects you from bullets. Concealment actually protects you from enemy detection with visual detection, but most of the time concealments don't protect you from bullets. So as you can see here, this is just chicken wire with a thin slab of metal on it. If somebody were to know that I was here, they could actually just shoot through it. They could actually just wall bang it. Most especially if you guys play a lot of Siege, a lot of Counter-Strike, you know wall bangs are so deadly. So even these guys are AI opponents. These guys are aimbots. They just wall bang you from from a mile away. These guys are like, oh yeah, also one thing that I would like to point out, when I play Wildlands, I usually turn off the minimap so that I can't see the detection clouds, the orange stuff over here, and I couldn't. I turn off the highlights of the enemies, like when you tag an enemy and then the orange circle pops up above their head, and then wherever they go, you can see where they are exactly. It makes the game actually super easy in the average normal difficulty levels. In this video, during the time of me playing this actual game, I was actually I turned on everything. I turned on everything except for Crosshair, because like this game has a very very like wonderful system, like mechanic with Crosshair, because like you can switch between over the shoulder, and if you have laser attachments, you can basically look at over the shoulder and know where that laser is pointing at, and you can actually use that as your crosshair. Or if you want to be more precise, you can actually switch to first person view mode, and when you're in first person view mode, you're looking at the iron sights, you're looking at the reticle of your optics, so you don't actually need the crosshair. So for me, it gives me a sense of immersion when you play these types of games, because like it's really well implemented in this game, so why not enjoy it? Yeah, enjoy not having crosshair. Put in a little bit more effort to being aware of your weapon. Like for instance, my point here is I'm using like assault rifles, where you can basically put grenade launchers on the underbarrels. So if you put grenade launchers in the underbarrel in the normal game where you have crosshair enabled, you have your crosshair, and if you switch to your underbarrel, the crosshair switches into the grenade launcher crosshair. It makes it easier because you can detect what mode you're using. Like you don't try to shoot someone's head and launch a grenade by accident and alarming everybody else in the base, because like that happened to me a couple of times. Not just a couple of times, several times. Yeah. So let's continue. Yeah, I vaulted over this wall, but I did not realize that there was a small hut over here, and there's a stairwell. There are stairs on the side of that house, so meaning there's a second floor. There's probably a balcony outside that house. So when I jumped over, you see what happens. Immediately I get spotted. I'm just happy that I just barely avoided detection. Like he spotted me, he knew something was up, but I was crouched and in the shadows. And in this game, actually, it pays to stay in the shadows because enemies won't be able to spot you as fast. If you're crouching, the lower you get. If you're prone, and most especially if you're in the shadows. If I was standing, my head would be visible in the sunlight. He would basically just boom. So I was staying low, like stay low. Beautiful. Yeah, you know where that's from. Yeah, stay low. And then he spots me, and yeah, there he is. I try to react and shoot him as like fast as I can. And in this moment, actually, I kind of panicked. I missed a lot of shots, which was, oh, why, you freaking noob. Yeah, I hit him on the third shot to the head. Yeah, he's down, but actually I had to admit, at this point in time, I was actually pretty like proud of myself. But after watching this again, I was like, dude, what the? Yeah, moving on. Yo, we got a cartel. Okay, I know that I killed that guy, and I know I killed one guy, so I need to like get out of here, because it's like in the immortal words of like, I think, what's it, Merry or Pippin in the Lord of the Rings? The closer you are to danger, the farther you are from harm. It basically means that you have to use the idea that you have to hide in plain sight. You have to be able to go under their noses where enemies won't be able to see you, because you're so close that they don't know where you are. Where they think that you're over there and they're scanning you, looking for you, where you're actually down here. Where they're not checking, you're actually down here, you're actually behind them. You are not in the effective range of their weapons, which are most probably AK assault rifles. There are gonna be many times in this video that I'm gonna be showcasing like CQB or close quarters battles concepts and tactics. So later on we'll go into that. But yeah, I be right back. I gotta take a piss. Wait up.
One eternity later.
We are back, and where was I? Oh yeah. There are gonna be concepts in this video concerning talking about CQB tactics and whatnot. So just keep that in mind, because even though this is an open world game with really the biggest Ubisoft map ever made, the battles that you encounter here, like base infiltrations, cornering, and so on, are actually like you use a lot of your CQB skills in chunks of battles as a part of bigger battles as the game progresses. So keep that in mind. Okay, so let's move forward.
Still okay. We're still inside the HQ building.
Yeah, still okay. And as you can see here, I'm approaching my objective, which was the gun up there. So I'm clearing. Okay, that's not that bad. I'm keeping crouched. Because like, oh yeah, let's just move forward. Yeah, actually this angle right here was like, it wasn't perfect. Like if I look at it again, okay, so another tip. In CQB military tactics, most especially shout out to the channel called UF Pro. I don't know if you guys heard about that, but I've been watching that for quite some time now, and have actually have actually learned a lot from those guys. Those guys actually like teach real military tactics with CQB, weapon handling, medic stuff, like emergency medical teams and stuff on the military. So they try to teach you about the basics and what to do and what to think, and the things that you need to like are extremely important for survival when it comes to CQB. I'm just gonna take this time to say that, like, if you see this if you see a room with a door, never mind the windows, we'll get to that later. This door is going to be your entry point if you decide to clear this room. So as you approach the door, it's always nice to keep in mind of the strategy that they use in the military that's called slicing the pie. Yeah, slicing the pie is actually a tactic where when you decide to clear a room, you approach the door and you attack the opening, like the door, as if you're slicing a pie. And in that method, there are several things that you need to keep in mind. First and foremost is the door itself, or the point of entry, or the point of exposure is going to be called the threshold. So the threshold is the point where if you get too much in of your body, you will be exposed to danger, you'd get shot, you'd die, blah blah blah. And with that threshold comes the apex of the threshold. That the apex is going to be the vertical lines that are basically just the edges of the wall or the door or the surface of whatever it is that you are making as a baseline for you to slice the pie, or to control how you limit your exposure to the enemy while ensuring that you have control of the situation, where you can see, assess the risk, and react accordingly to the contents of the room that are potentially a threat to the life of your character, or in their cases, their actual lives in the military. So yeah. So in this approach, I noticed that I should have, approached the door on a more narrow angle, because in the, like here, let's move up here a bit, because as you can see here, I'm already aiming my weapon over the shoulder, but I'm actually looking at a 45 degree. There are several angles that you need to take into account when you are approaching the apex. There's a thing called the narrow angle, the 45, the 90, the 150, the 180. And also, one thing that I forgot about this phase was like, I forgot to do an orientation check. There are always steps in approaching or clearing a room. You have to like train to be able to do automatically, because like those things that you train for is going to save your life. Like for instance, those trainable things that you acquire, the skills that you acquire and the knowledge that you acquire, they are there for a reason, because they give you like that baseline of the decision making, and they give you that like for you not to be able to miss anything. So like in this case, they talk about the first thing you need to do when approaching to put yourself in a narrow angle to be able to start to control and clear a room is you have to go to the narrow angle and then do an orientation check. In an orientation check, what you do is you stop, you breathe, you check your shoulder, you check behind you. It's just a quick few seconds, like 2 to 3 seconds of like stop, breathe, check, good, go. And then you proceed to clear the room. So gather information, double check your surroundings for potential threats that are coming to you or threatening you before you start to commit yourself to clear this room. What you basically do with getting yourself in a narrow angle is you like come up to a wall, stick to the wall, and look into the apex of your perspective, the smallest angle, the slit that you see that exposes the inside of the room. If you're in the narrow angle, you are practically safer because you are not exposing yourself to anyone inside the door. You only have that really small slit of exposure where you can actually flinch and back away if a threat is in sight, or you can decide to like take on the threat and move forward as you slice the pie. So we're gonna move from here. And during the time where you're in the narrow angle, you're close to the wall, you can basically try to listen to whoever or whatever is going on inside the room. And when you're doing the orientation check, you're basically looking for stuff like checking the door. There might be like, if you hear anyone in the room, are there 3 guys? Are there 4 or 5 guys inside the room? And if you know that there are 4 to 5 guys in the room, you realize that you are unable to clear that room because like you're outnumbered and stuff. You can basically decide not to commit and try an alternate route. Give yourself an advantage rather than committing to clear the room on that perspective where the chances of you winning that gunfight is slim to none. I relate that to this game because when you get to extreme difficulty, you die pretty fast. Moving on to the narrow angle. After the narrow angle, you go closer and you try to peek into the 45 degrees. And then you try to peek into the 90 degrees and the 150 and the 180 to see if there are people in the room. You have to do one clean sweep, one systematic, methodical, tactical sweep of the room, which I did not really do here. Proof that I wasn't as efficient is because of this right here. As I'm moving, I'm actually not utilizing the narrow angle. At this point, I'm actually already in the 90 degrees, quite exposed to potentially if there were people eating on this dining area, they would immediately see me already. And I just barely got off the stairs and I'm already exposed myself and I already stood up. I'm not crouched anymore. I'm in the sun. I'm nice and bright. They can see me if there was people there. And then moving to the 150 and then moving to the 180 on the wall. And then I thought to myself that I moved back because I did not actually clear the narrow angle in the beginning, right? I did not clear the narrow angle. I exposed myself immediately to the 45 degree and I exposed myself immediately to the 90 degrees and then checked the 150, the 180, and because I did not check the narrow, I went back to it. And because I went, and already my body is inside the door. the body of my character is inside the door. So because the body of my character is inside the door, I have actually triggered angles if in case there were potential threats inside the room. It was totally too late for me to like flinch and back out of the room because I was already inside too much. And I was inside and I am still rechecking the narrow angle, which I should have done while I was still outside the threshold. So that's one really big mistake, which I just think that, okay, note taken, mistake learned, move on. I should do better next time. Yeah, so after this, I approached the other door. So as you can see here, still, because like, I could have went to this area to check the narrowest as much as I can. I already saw the 45. I'm trying to access the 90 degree. Luckily, there was nobody there, but still, you see, you start to notice what I'm doing wrong now. See, I told you this was like cringe. Okay, so checking the windows, checking the door. Yeah, and like actually this motion right here it's actually quite good. It's not totally, this is not all bad. It's actually quite good because like if you see here, this part of the door is considered as the apex of this threshold. So what I'm going to be doing after this is like after moving up here 45, 90, I'm using this as my guide to cut into the pie. Even though I'm not trying to clear a room, I'm actually trying to clear the outside of a room. The concepts of slicing the pie still exist. So what's good about even if it's CQB tactic is you can still use it in an open area as a way to like have a baseline of how you can behave tactically, strategically, to give yourself the utmost advantage of being like giving yourself more survivability. Because like all the dudes in here are badass. They can kill you with one shot and you can kill them with one shot. So the one with the, it's not actually, more oftentimes it's not gonna be the fastest guy who survives. It's gonna be the guy who has the most advantages before and the start of that encounter that actually wins the gunfight. It's like when we play CSGO, Siege, and other tactical games that are like really reliant on reflex, on speed, on like how fast the the refresh rate of your screen is, or how fast your PC is, or how optimized the game is, or how low your graphics are set to maximize the speed of everything. So when it comes down to what I like about Wildlands is it's not one of those games that you can just boom flick. Like half a frame you can flick a headshot with a friggin' AWP. Like I play sniper on CSGO. I'm the opper in my team in CSGO and I'm so used to like flicking, but in this game it's pretty damn hard to flick that fast because like if you take into account you're actually like this 75 kilogram or let's say 80 kilogram guy, he's Caucasian maybe, or American. Yeah, actually American, sorry, I'm not racist, but I'm Asian, so I'm pretty small. I'm only 5'8", yeah, 5'8" and 75 kilograms something. So yeah, you carry like how heavy is this gun? Maybe 3 kilograms, I don't know, 6 pounds or whatever, I don't know. Or maybe even the more attachments you put in, because like I have a grenade launcher, I have an extended mag with 50 bullets, 50 rounds, I have an extended stock. It's a bit heavier but gives me more recoil control, stuff like that. I have attachments, optics, long barrel, suppressor, whatnot. rail attachments like the lasers, 3-dot laser sights. So it's gonna be pretty heavy. So in this game, you notice that if you're using assault rifles, it's pretty hard to aim fast, because like there's a lot of weight when you switch targets. So I'll get to that later on in the video, and more so like explaining the gun handling and the mechanics of this game. Actually, and yeah, actually that's a good idea for another video of this kind. So moving forward, as you can see here, I'm just gonna play this out and then let you see how I do this. So watch. Now you see that? Stop, and then reassess, and then peak, and then stop, and then reassess, and then peak, and then stop, peak, stop, peak, stop, peak. So every time I slice the pie, I stop with like, I have the option to like, if I see a direct threat, I can flinch back in. Like, there's one concept in the military tactics that they talk about where you have to make drills and algorithms that like are tailored to normal human reactions. Like, we are all humans, except if you're an alien or whatever, but we are all humans, so it's a natural human instinct or a natural human reaction to, once you see a threat, the first thing that you do is flinch. Unless you're Kobe. Just kidding. So the first thing that you do is, when you see a threat and you assess for a split second that the threat is greater, that is a great threat to your life, you just flinch and get away. So if you just go and slice the pie all throughout, you wouldn't have time to react. And also, one thing that they say is like, if you have to slice the pie, you have to move slowly, because like it's very, very hard to adjust your aim to process everything that you see in one sweep during moving. So if you move while trying to slice the pie, it's actually like, it's trainable, but it's not always gonna go the way you plan. So it's always better to stay safe and like move in a systematic order rather than in a very confident way that gets yourself killed. So move, peek, peek, peek. So this is actually quite good. There. And then I stopped here because I know that previously I killed a guy over here somewhere. That's the wall. That's another room. I stopped here because like I'm focusing on whatever I'm seeing in this area. Most especially there's a lieutenant up there. So what if he goes out the window? I could like snap onto him and whatnot. So yeah, so move forward. Yeah, I'm checking that guy as well, and also in the periphery of my vision, I check the jammer. I see the jammer over there. So I decide that my goal is 23 meters on the second floor of this building. So I think I'm gonna go there. Yeah, I switch shoulders because actually switching shoulders in this game is really, really nice. I like clearing rooms with over the shoulder, because when you switch shoulders, you're actually like seeing more of that side, when in rather than like looking at it from this angle, you don't see much. Before I switch shoulders, there, you don't see much. The moment I switched shoulders, there, I can see those windows. I can see part of like the tip of that car. If I was still in this side, this balcony, this like ledge would not expose the presence of that car. What if that car had a driver? What if the driver was running away or whatever? So yeah, you get the point.
Check it out, weapons case.
Yeah, weapons case, go to the weapons case, and then here, this is actually a good like practice. I should have like showed you earlier, but as I approach this ledge, I see a corner. That's actually called yeah, that's called a positive fed room. A positive corner fed room. I'll explain that on another video. But let's just keep it simple with CQB and slicing the pie. That's just what I wanna focus on this video. But like, you can take note that there's gonna be like a next video after this that's gonna talk about corner fed rooms, where you basically try to clear different shaped rooms. More of that later on. So hug the wall, use the apex, and in this case, actually last time the threshold was just a door. This is a wider threshold, so still use the apex, the vertical lines, as your guide. Don't expose yourself too much. And thing with like third person peeking is the enemy doesn't see you, but you see them. You see a clear vision of 50% of the contents of this room already, the 90-degree. So from the narrow you see the wall, 45 nothing, 90 nothing, more than 90 even. You see this line, this bright line over here. It's actually a giveaway, but yeah, it's nice. It's there. Yeah, and there's also I like this move because like there's also this point where rather than like there's this rule when you engage on the 90-degree, it's better if you ready your gun out immediately when you approach the 90 and more, because on approaching the narrow angle you have your safety for yourself, your survivability is way higher. Compare the greater the angle you take when you slice the pie, your exposure becomes greater and your safety becomes less. So when you get to 90, by the time you get to 90 degrees, most of the time, if not like in third person peeking, most of the time your body will already be exposed. So it's better to like before the 90 degrees, when you fully commit to check the 90 and larger, get your gun out, because it's better to expose yourself and have your gun out already, rather than to like just peek and see somebody and have them have their gun at you and you still have to like fumble and do that. While you are doing that, they are already pulling the trigger. So basically you're dead. So yeah, this actually was really good. Yeah, let me show that again. Or maybe I should like there. Maybe I should like show you and then explain afterwards, because this is taking way too long. Okay, so checking the stairs. I'm staying crouched so that I'm avoiding detection. There. This is a good example of approaching the narrow angle. You see, I'm using my shoulder view is on this side, so I can see more of that side. This is actually a perfect representation of a narrow angle. You can see just a small slit, but because of the lighting in the game, and realistically sometimes, most of the time this happens, where it's bright and sunny outside and it's dark inside the room, you basically can't see anything yet. But it's better to like assess and slice the pie systematically to increase your chances of winning a gunfight if in case it actually happens. So yeah, let's move forward. Narrow angle. You see there's a window over there. One thing to note about like how to behave when you approach something like this, I usually use this a lot in CSGO, because like there are areas in games where there's gonna be a light leak or a light source, or like use anything as much as you can to tell if enemies are there or not, or in the presence of a threat, you have to use it. So if I see a window over here, if a guy is standing on this area and I see a window behind him, his silhouette is going to be showing up on this area right here. But because I see that the window is clear, I can see through the window, so meaning there's nobody there, so I'm safe. So I continue to cut to the 45-degree angle. Cut to the 45, get my gun out because I'm going to be approaching the 90-degree soon. 45, 90, but surprisingly, this is the bad thing. Surprising. There's actually bad and good things in this one right here. But more bad things. 2 bad things, 1 good thing. Still 2 bad things. This is still a bad decision. So let's go. I'm gonna play it and then I'm gonna explain afterwards. So you see here I'm detected. I move in and then move in here. Okay. That was for me. I was thinking like it was a good move because as I was clearing this area, clearing the narrow, the 45, I just barely cleared the 90 and then avoided confirmation from that guy outside on the next balcony out there to confirm that I was here. So I quickly moved into cover this side. But the bad thing is, number 1, while I was coming up, I know that there's a wall here and my safety in the narrow angle is actually very my safety is actually pretty high. One thing that I forgot is I did not do an orientation check. You remember when I told you about the orientation check? Before you approach the narrow angle, stop, compose yourself, look over your shoulders, assess everything around you before you commit to clearing a room. That's called an orientation check. In that orientation check, if only I did that orientation check, I could have realized that there is only a half wall here with a building left of me and hostiles in that room. And I could have checked more there because like the risk of having threats on that side is greater than the risks of the room to my right, which was I was only exposed to the narrow. I was safe from the right. I was not sure of the left. I did not check the left. I was detected on the left. That was bad, bro. So I jumped inside. Which was good because I avoided detection. But another thing is, I jumped inside without checking the 150 and the 180. There could have been a guy in this side of the wall. There could have been a guy. If I jumped inside and tried to hide my body from this guy, somebody could have shot me this way. That happens a lot on the early gameplay times when I played Wildlands. That is actually one mistake that I do a lot of times. And later on in this video, I get killed because of that mistake. This exact mistake got me killed later on in this video. If you watch this video already, you'll know where that part is. I got killed by a crossfire because I was too focused on a direct threat in front of me. I did not do an orientation check. I did not clear the room or the area thoroughly, which led me to be unaware of a crossfire by the enemy. It got me killed. Yeah, so moving forward.
Down, you're giving yourself.
Yeah, I was too focused on this guy. I had tunnel vision. I was panicking. I don't know. I did not check. If you look at the map, there's still a lot of space here. I did not check in front of me. I did not check. Like, I just focused. I was safe from there. I could have like snapped and checked in this area, but I didn't. Nah, tunnel vision, bruh. Noob.
Yourself away.
Okay. I think I'm not gonna engage this one because there's another guy there. The lieutenant's up there, so yeah, they might see. Luckily, in this room, see, there was a lot of space. I had a lot of space to cover. This was the this was the area that I was from, and I did not check this whole thing. What if there was a soldier sleeping there? When I busted in, he could have get up and shot me. See? I was just too fixated on that angle. I did not check this. I should have.
Nice.
Yeah, I got the gun. Blah, blah, blah.
2 Sicarios.
Wait
Okay.
him out.
In the HQ building.
Okay. That's not bad. Moving forward. Okay, so this approach is actually... It's actually quite good in my opinion, but let's see if we can find something wrong with it. So let's just play it, look over it. 2 guys up there, slicing the pie. Okay, that was actually a pretty good sweep, because like, you know, if you notice over here, at this point, I actually kinda stopped for a bit and did an orientation check. I didn't do an orientation check, I think, over there. I think I did it somewhere over here. That was what I was thinking during this time. Yeah. And while I was aware that I needed to do an orientation check because I failed to do an orientation check when I was up there, as I was vaulting over, I panned my mouse to look around. So that is proof that I was aware that I needed to do an orientation check. So rather than just going over, not moving my mouse, and then going to the wall, I decided to vault over. While vaulting over, looking around me while vaulting over. So I was actually multitasking while vaulting over. So that's actually pretty good. I learned. It's not all bad. Yeah, I panned around, rolled to the door, checked the narrow angle of the threshold, identifying my apex as my baseline of what? Identifying in the orientation check that there is a window. What do you do if you approach a door and there's a window? You stay concealed. You crouch under the window. Actually, that's pretty good. That's what I did. I crouched, prepared my gun in case I was gonna see someone, switched my shoulders. Yeah, I actually went into the first person view to like verify if my scope was up or down. So it was down. I did not need the extra magnification because I was assessing that the threat was close to me. So if this was an open area, I could have flipped up my magnification, but I didn't, which was good. And then as I noticed as I did the orientation check, I saw stairs on this side, but I didn't see anyone. And then I stood up to peek. I saw these 2 guys, so that's a plus point for me because I was able to know their locations without them noticing me. So this was actually a good move. And I already cleared the narrow. At this point, you have to also take note that once you get like comfortable with checking narrow, 45, 90, sometimes the angles present themselves spontaneously and simultaneously to you. So you gotta like take advantage of that to be able to absorb all of the information that you gather during your movement, because like it's not gonna be like you can only do the narrow 45, 90. What if you peek and then you already saw the 90 and the 150? So yeah, just take that with you. Be resourceful. Don't waste time or something. So I'm approaching the 45. Yeah, gun out, because I know those are 2 guys up there, and there's a staircase, and the guys on the 2nd floor might come down, so ready your weapon. I peeked. Also, this is another good like mechanic of Wildlands for me when it comes to shoulder over the shoulder peeking, because like rather than me rather than going into full first person mode into your optics and room clearing, you get a wider perspective when you try to slice the pie over the shoulder. And plus, if you're up against a wall and you're doing over the shoulder, once you cross the apex of your threshold, the character automatically peaks. So in a way, I'm utilizing that feature and applying it to what I learned with like getting your gun out before you get to the 90. Because like it makes so perfect sense. I'm gonna link the video of UF Pro and their whole playlist on CQB and tactics, military, police, and everything, friendly fire, wingman, the wingman concept, everything. I'm gonna post it down below. Shout out to those guys, because like I keep going back to those videos because I learn a lot. I really enjoy things like this. So yeah, moving on. I got the 90 degree. I got the 150. I already got the 150. I know that there are going to be a mini fridge and a shelf there, but I don't know what is in the 180. And in the one, don't overlook the 180, all right? In the previous room, I overlooked the 180. In this room, I did not overlook the 180. I'm learning. Checking the 180. Leaning over fast. Getting your gun out. See? Nice. That's good. And I'm choosing, after I check the 180, focus on the next apex. The next apex is going to be another vertical line. This is going to be the apex, and I check there. There's light. As you can see, like this part of the wall is darker. And in this part of the wall, it's lighter. So meaning there's a door over here that's open. That door is open, so other people out there are able to see through this. They can go inside, they can run inside, they can throw flashes, they can throw nades, whatever. It's a threat. So I identified that and immediately focused on this apex because I already cleared the apex behind me. Get my point? Are you with me? Yeah. Oh, by the way, during these discussions, don't hesitate to like interrupt me and put timestamps in the comments and ask your questions if you want clarifications and stuff, because I would be really happy to like interact with you guys and answer your questions, and also answer my questions. If you guys have questions that I cannot answer, I'd be happy to like learn how to tackle that scenario, and then we could learn together. Because like the thing about teaching is, if I'm teaching something to another person, I'm only repeating what I already know. I am not learning. Not yet. I'm only repeating what I know to the person. And if what I say is new to the person, he learns. But that person thinks also. He has the capacity to think as well. So if he asks a question to me and I realize that his question is actually something that is outside of my knowledge for now, that will stimulate me to, oh, good question. So if I don't know how to answer your questions, I will look it up. I will search it. So don't hesitate to like put timestamps on parts of the video you have questions, and then you can post your questions on the comments, and I can also get back to you and answer your questions. Or if I got answers from other sources, I can link you to like the other YouTube videos that I got these techniques from. so we can basically improve our tactical strategies together. So when you hop on Wildlands with me, you know how I play. So yeah, you actually get an idea of my play style. If ever you're in a lobby playing with me, this is how I think. So yeah. So moving on. Okay. I'm in here actually. I'm just thinking that I just wanna make the most of like perks of having ultra wide. Shout out to other ultra wide gamers out there who has better monitors rather than just this budget LG 29-inch 21 by 9 ultra wide. Other guys have like 30 plus inch 165 hertz Predator, Samsung, super ultra wide. You guys are awesome. Yeah, ultra wide gang, ultra wide gang. So in a normal 16 by 9, you would only see these guys. If this was 16 by 9, I would not be able to see this door on my peripheral vision, but because of ultra wide and because of really perfect ultra wide support for this game, I'm able to use that. So while looking up the stairs, I have vision on the door on my left. So moving forward, yeah, I'm actually looking at the outside there. If I see a sniper tower, if I see a sniper, that I was actually taking note of that in my head at this point in time. But I'm just like prioritizing this area because there's no window here. You see, the window is up there. So meaning, if I come up here, if there was a sniper out there, he wouldn't see me. So I focused my attention on this guy up here and the lieutenant in the roof. So that's what I was thinking. Yeah, get up, stay low. Now, see, I stopped and did a quick orientation check because as I was moving up, I saw these two boxes. There might be a gap up there. I stopped, orientation check again, and checked. Like, see? Moving forward. There's no head over there. There's no head over here or whatever. But there is one thing that I could have done if there was nobody up there. As I was moving up, as you notice, I was using my assault rifle. Also, one feature in this game that I really love is like the sound or the noise suppression of this game is just beautiful. It's like if you have a high caliber weapon versus lower caliber weapons versus less powerful weapons with like from 50 cal to 556 or 762, 556, and then 9 millimeters and so on. Noise suppression actually works as like if you have a suppressor, it doesn't totally make it so that anybody can it basically doesn't work like if you have a suppressor on, you don't make a sound. No. If you have a suppressor on, there is still a sound, like the suppressed sound. It's just that the more powerful your weapon is, the bigger the radius of the sound people are gonna hear if they're that close to you or inside that radius. And if you put a suppressor on your weapon, that radius is gonna be a lot smaller. But the more powerful your weapon, it's not gonna be as small as like the compact, less powerful penetration weapons. In this case, I switched to my 5.7 handgun because how this game works, how noise suppression works in this game is if you have a sniper rifle and there are guys like 2 rooms away from you or like 3 rooms away from you, you shoot that sniper, you shoot that suppressed sniper. In this case, I'm using an HT1, which is a really, really big 50 cal sniper rifle. Those guys are gonna hear me no problem. They're gonna be like, what was that? They're gonna be like, huh. They're gonna be like, guns fired. They hear it. They're gonna be alerted and they're going to attack you. That is how ruthless extreme difficulty is. They're going to attack you. And then if you have an AR, it basically hides, or it basically suppresses the noise that you make with your gun maybe around like 2 rooms away from you. But if you are clearing a room and you have an assault rifle and there are multiple guys inside a room with you, or like above you, or like one wall away from you, if you shoot that assault rifle, those guys will hear it. They will be like, shots fired, you're made. So in this instance, I know that there's a guy up there with one wall between us, and there's a guy up there. So if I kill that guy with my assault rifle, the guy up there is gonna hear me. He was like, shots fired under me, hostiles in the area, blah blah blah. That's why I switched to my handgun, because if I were to kill this guy with my handgun, he's not gonna know I'm here. He's not gonna hear me at all, because the noise suppression on this handgun is way better. Most especially because, like, for instance, in this handgun I had like 9mm. Room clearing in Wildlands is so awesome with SMGs, most especially with the MP5, with the Scorpion, with the MP7, with the P90, with the Vector. Thing with the Vector is it only has a 25 round mag in comparison with others that have like 30 rounds in the magazine. With the P90 there's 50, with the Bison there's like 50 also, I think. So yeah, keep that in mind when you're using your loadout when you attack an enemy base or whatever, because like I'm using a rifle, I'm using an AR. I can't use that with multiple guys in the same room. I have to switch. I had to go John Wick mode for them not to detect me and not cause problems moving forward. Okay, I know that he's there because, like, you know, he's tagged. But it's like before before like tier 1 activated, I used to play a lot with like no enemy tagging features. Like I couldn't see enemy tags. The AI or the teammates would say, there's a narco near the sandbags, there's a mounted weapon, I see the Jenny, whatever. But they would not be highlighted. You had to use communication to, like, there's a guy with a heavy machine gun on the left side of the blah blah blah, don't forget, he's going towards this and that, now he's moving, now he's stopping. You have to communicate. But in this case, I was alone with AI and with extreme difficulty, so I had to practice. I need the practice because I suck, you see. So I used enemy tagging. Anyway, so yeah, I checked the 150, the 180, because I had a gap. I checked, there was nobody there, and I was complacent because I had enemy tagging. There was no tags enemy there. The other one was up there, so I focused on this guy. But as I came up here, I could have shot him through here. I checked again. I could have shot him through here. But the thing is, I did not take the shot. I did not take the shot because there was a piece of glass. If I shot him, the glass was gonna break. I was gonna get made. The guy up top was gonna hear me. So I did not take the shot. Stayed hidden, approached the threshold, used the apex, took him out from behind. Check the orientation check. Like, you see this? It's a great, like, habit to, like, have these drills drilled into you. Checking the narrow, see the narrow, having the window. You also check the 45, being resourceful. But if there was no window, the narrow was clear. Approaching the narrow, do an orientation check, which I did. Approaching the narrow, orientation check. Check other threats in the area. I'm pretty proud of myself over here. Approaching, switch to over the shoulder to give me an idea of him, and then I see the sniper tower over there, which at this point in time I was thinking, if I were to expose myself and kill him, there's a chance that a sniper, if in case I still didn't take him out up there, he's gonna spot me killing this guy. He's a sniper, he has a long range scope, he can see it very clearly. But there was nobody there. He was not looking at me or whatever. So yeah, switched off. Like another tip, if you're playing Wildlands, I usually like to rebind my keys in my keyboard, my mouse. I can't live with a mouse with no thumb wheels, because like any game, any tactical shooter with shooting, melee, communications, my mouse is always set up with like fire, aim, ping, up and down, zoom, and the thumb buttons are always, front thumb button is always melee. Because like if you're running around and then you just want to pistol whip somebody or hit them with the buttstock, it's accessible with a push of your thumb. While moving, you can do that on the fly. And what I do with the back thumb, that actually is default for me for communications, like push to talk, mic push to talk. So I like do that, and then I can like just push this, and I see an enemy spotted, 3 tangos up front, going to this side, northeast to 35 of our position, blah blah blah. It's very, very accessible. So rebind your keys with both mouse and keyboard if you're using mouse and keyboard, or if you're using controllers. Actually, if you're using controllers, you're actually more efficient than me, because I suck at controllers. I don't know how to use this efficiently because I'm not trained. I'm not drilled in with I'm not like muscle memory stuff. This is just for like for fun for me, or like for camera stuff and panning and stuff. But you get the point. Shout out to Spartan for being so good with controller. He's like really, really badass, playing on par and even sometimes playing better than me on this. And also shout out to my friend Jet Tozai Gaming. Check his channel out. Yeah, I should not forget to link his video in the description down below. Whatever. Yeah, Red Dragon Harrow still with me, still working. Don't lose the dongle. Yeah. So moving on, and then go back. Don't get exposed. Switch shoulders and then aim. What I like about this is, like, for instance, when I use pistols, I always do iron shots aiming rather than over the shoulders. But when I do clearing with SMG or AR, I do over the shoulder. Why? Because most of the time, pistols are so small that it's easy to do cornering, even though you're like using iron sights. And you can like move a little bit faster, handle the gun a little bit faster, snap better. Unless when you're using actually ARs, snapping is really hard. Cornering is really hard. And in this game, actually, if you have a wall so close up here and you have a really long AR, you can't do that. You have to pick your gun up and like do this. At this point, you cannot shoot anyone. If somebody were to shoot you, you'd be dead. You can't fight back. You had to like get out and put your gun out. Or you have to back off the wall and put your gun out. Because like you have to take note of how guns behave in real life according to walls. And what I love about this game, most especially, also this is true with PUBG, Crisis, there goes Recon's, Splinter Cell, CSGO, they don't have this. And Siege, and what was it? I'm thinking of another game, but anyway, you get the point. So That's why I always do pistol iron sights. And then there. Center body mass, chest, double tap to the head. But one chest, he's dead. And I immediately snap to the next apex. Notice? Because like there are things that I've been doing so long while playing these games that I have like these things embedded in my reflex. I don't think about snapping to the next apex. I don't think about crosshair placement. I don't think about crouching under windows because we've been doing that for so long. It's become second nature. So that's how drills, practice, and training has like influenced us, and identifying with myself that I train like this, I practice like this. I apply it also to like the work that I do, to like video editing. I video edit in a certain systematic way. I try to learn to become a better storyteller, to talk to people better, because you know, as you might already have seen, I talk a lot for someone who's a very shy person. So yeah. So moving on. Yeah. Switching to over the shoulder, trying to check if I can see his feet or whatever, gather information. As I approach the narrow angle, that was actually my orientation check on the approach of this apex.
Hold up.
Okay. So I see the box. I don't need to aim here. I need to aim a little bit higher. And I was actually thinking of the guy up there. That's why I pre-aimed a little too high.
Gonna see you.
Yeah, I pre-aimed a little too high. What are you looking at? Monkey in the tree. You're trying to kill a monkey, bro. Yeah. I aimed a little too high. Yeah, stay low, because like there's like what if, because also I if you see suspected, when was that up? Oh shit, it was the time when I killed this guy. Holy shit, I didn't even know that. When I took the shot, somebody heard me? Oh shit. Yeah. See, we learned something. We learned by evaluating, by reviewing, by rewatching. Damn! I was using a pistol. I shot his ass. His head bumped to the wall. His body fell down vigorously. Somebody freaking heard that. Somebody suspected something. Or maybe it was a guy up there, because he's a lieutenant. He's probably like well-trained, more aware. Dude. Because like I usually play on the, like normally I like to play with the minimap off. With the enemy tagging off. It makes me feel like I'm in the game, like a visceral experience in the game, and it makes me like really listen in with what is going on. I hear leaves rustling in the left. I hear something growling in the right. Whatever. I hear gunshots from I think a few meters away. What gun is that? Sounds like a blah blah blah. See? So, and also what the thing about this minimap is it highlights, or like it writes out, it spells out the status of the enemy, whether you're hunted, whether you're engaged, or whether people are actually just suspecting, or whether somebody actually saw or witnessed the kill that you made, or somebody, there's another one, kill witnessed, and direct threat, like visual detection. The mini map actually spells that out for you. Because like, yeah, it's a game. You don't have like the senses where it's like you get shot in an airsoft game or whatever. You feel where the bullet come from. You get shot in the back, you know that, oh shit, I got my back hit. Somebody's behind me. In games, if you turn everything off, you don't know if they see you, You don't know where they are from. If they shoot you, or like you're bleeding, like your screen is red, you don't know where the guns are from because you don't have anything to tell you that. Unlike in real life, you get shot from the left, you feel that you got hit from the left. See? So that's one thing that I like to balance when it comes to playing these games. But usually in like easier difficulties, I have this off, and I have tags off, and I have attackers like alert notifications off. But with like higher difficulties where I need to be more aware, I put them on. And during practice, this actually is a practice video, I turn them on to like aid me to know how, like, to practice my drills, to know how to incorporate the things that I learned to my next game, which, like, for instance, if I make another video in the future, I can assure you that I will be better. I promise I will be better. So yeah, moving on. I'm suspected. Damn, somebody heard that.
Hold up, they're gonna see you.
Hold up, they're gonna see you. Who is gonna see me? I have no idea. Maybe this guy, maybe the guy up there, I don't know. Stay low, because I don't know where he is. Approach the next one. Also, I'm not sure if I did an orientation check over the... Oh shit, I actually didn't. Yeah, I didn't do an orientation check. I just went through here. There was a half wall behind my character now. I could have, like, did one orientation check. No, I was afraid. I was in a state of, like, panic in a way. I wanted to go to this apex immediately and address the 90-degree. Understandable, because it might be like he was suspected. He did not see the kill. He just suspected because maybe he heard the gunshot a little bit. I don't know. He heard the body fall. He was like, what the fuck is that? And then I ran here to be able to catch him if in case he goes down this way. So we're here now. He's not yet there. We're cool. Yeah, he's still in the room. Getting my gun out. And I switched... With a pistol, I switched to the over-the-shoulder to get a wider view, but making sure that if ever I do shoot my shot, it's not going to be blocked by this wall right here when I do. So yeah, moving forward. There's actually one big thing here. Yeah. In this part, notice I'm already peeking. And once I peek, he's already sensing me. But luckily for us, he was looking that way. Notice here that I see the barrel, okay? My lasers were actually already on him. I could have shot the guy, but I didn't. I was thinking to myself, if I shot him, that's a shoulder shot. That's not going to kill him immediately. And I was pretty sure that he was alone up here, so I committed to the peek and shoot. But I was a bit frantic to the point where I actually overshot. Overshooting, missing, landing 2 shots, missing 1 bullet. Landing 1 shot hitting the wall, and 1 shot hitting the window, which breaks the window and possibly alerting other people. So this was actually a classic example of me, like, in a state of kinda panic. I was like, get it over with. We don't want to get caught. Yeah, so this happened. This was, in the words of, like, the AI teammates, well, that was messy as shit.
We're cool.
Yeah, but he says we're cool. Yeah. Friggin' AI. Yeah, they're cool. I like them. I like having them around. They're entertainment.
Cool.
Yeah, moving forward. Okay, so I think this video has gone a little bit too long. So I just want to cut to the part where I told you guys about the me not checking the corners and prioritizing being in cover and not basically not doing an orientation check got me killed. Let's just move forward to that and let that be the end of this video, because I probably think that this video is taking too long. But if you're still with me to this point, I am so happy that you stayed with me. And like, if you enjoy these types of videos, let me know. If more people react, like, and like comment that they like these types of videos, it's gonna give me more motivation to do this stuff. And give me like really take time to like sit here, talk to you guys, turn on my camera, record on OBS, and take you guys with me on this process of me trying to improve myself and basically trying to improve you guys as well, and helping each other get better, be better ghosts, be better soldiers in life, be better soldiers and be better people, and be less alone, be less. You have friends here, bruh. You have friends here. You can join us, go Discord. We got a lot of friends. Yeah. Welcome to the family. If you're already here, hello. Yeah, thank you for staying with the family. Yeah. So I'm gonna move up to the next. Sorry. I'm gonna move forward to the part where I got shot because I failed to do an orientation check. Okay, so this was a part I think where I placed the C4 in the submarine and then I was being hunted. Because I made a noob mistake, I was being hunted. I killed somebody and got detected. So yeah, I was trying to hide. I was being hunted. They were all pushing towards me. And this is the part where I died. But I was actually able to finish this. Like, I got revived by my teammate and then I finished the mission, got out. But I committed this one big mistake. So yeah, I repeated my mistake at this point. It took me a while to make that mistake.
Para sa akin, healthier pag
Yeah.
sugar-free. Sun makes sugar-free coffee, guilt-free
Gold
coffee, sarap
Olympic
every
medalist. Proud. There was already one guy running up there. Yeah, there's an air defense system. I couldn't use choppers to get out of here quickly. I think there's no, actually no. I don't know if there's choppers around, but there's another guy here. Yeah, I looked over there. There's one guy. He spotted me through the chicken wire, but I was so fixated to this angle because like there were two guys here, I think. Okay, I snapped to him, over snap, because like I was thinking of this corner of the thing. He was actually over there. I missed a few shots. I killed him. Those bullets ricocheted off the chicken wire, probably heard from the guys in this side. Snapped back, and this guy is actually, I did not notice this. This guy is actually staying here, and this guy flanked me. He was moving this way. I was too tunnel visioned on this guy. I did not notice that this guy was going that way. This guy is actually going this way. He is screaming to his friends. Yeah, and I got shot. Yeah, he screamed out somewhere to his friends on this side. I'm not sure if that was me or somebody hit the barrels, but yeah, that wasn't me. Maybe those were frags. They were like trying to clear where I was. Oh shit, there's a heavy gunner at the back. Yeah, and I got flanked. I died. Embarrassing. But yeah, that was a very inefficient orientation check. That was a very inefficient push. I exposed myself unnecessarily. And I got killed. Yeah. This is a big, like, highlight of what I learned. Never actually expose yourself too much. Never jump into the line of fire. Never go out of your cover. Never go beyond your threshold. Never go out of the apex. Because, like, at this moment, I did not have an apex as a mode to slice the pie. I was panicking. I jumped out and, like, what was going on? So this happens. So let that be the end of this video. If you like these types of videos of me teaching you strategies and how I like think when I play these types of games, and you can basically like predict or like imagine if we would be in a game together on Wildlands, killing the cartel. This is how I think. This is how I prefer to play, like methodical, slow. Because like I have other games that give me the satisfaction of like running around, sliding, shotgunning people, flicking on heads, tap tap tap, like do that. But sometimes it's nice to just take a break from like the high reflex games like CS:GO, Siege, PvP, Call of Duty, Warzone, and just chill and like go back to the basics, like train your roots. And one thing that I noticed with me playing these types of games is when I play PvE games that train my core fundamentals of how I strategically approach a situation, and then after a while I start missing the PvP competitive games, and then I go back to CSGO, I go back to like Apex. I have with me the things that I learned here that translate very well to those guys. And when I play against other players, I am able to clutch more efficiently. I am able to pre-aim more efficiently, and I am able to decide faster because I've had practice with PvE games to try and frag out PvP games. So you don't only need to practice PvP with PvP, although it's better to like practice fighting or engaging another person by engaging other persons as well. Like there's a difference between killing bots and killing people, and the things you learn with them are actually kind of different. That you can take something you learn from all the PvP battles you play and still use it. While you can still play PvE games, be chill, relieve stress, don't be toxic, and take the games that you play and use the knowledge that you get there to play other games. Even if you just play like Tekken, God of War, Street Fighter, the core fundamentals of the way of thinking of a fighter, a soldier, or a real person, it translates well with everything else in life. So let that be a lesson to all of us. So if you're still here, thank you very much for joining me on this analysis of my own gameplay and for laughing at my cringe-worthy, embarrassing moments. And if you're not yet subscribed, you can expect videos like this. Or if you want to support me and you want to be my friend and you want to be like chill on Discord and stuff and play together, yeah, you're very welcome to do that, because I treasure and I value friends that I meet online, and I want to talk to people even though I'm not that confident. I really enjoy this, and yeah, so have a good one. Take care.